Okay, let's wait for the stuff to calm down. The 999s. Okay, so we have some interesting stuff. Would you like me to introduce the players? I think it would be more convenient.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first we have Call Me Chemo, and he's playing Ra, naturally. Chemo is, you know, the Ra main. So, we're not sure, of course, if it is actually Chemo, because there is some smurfs here, but we'll see. He's playing Ra, and he's going for the hunt. He's probably getting hunting dogs, pretty good for him.
Yeah, he is.
And his neighbor is gonna be Danemark playing the Kronos. And he's going also for the hunting dogs, yes, and actually going for the focus upgrade right away. That's pretty cool. And we have Ace of Shades here, and Smurf here, and he's gonna play the Hades. So I'm thinking that might be 50 Shades, because that is a pretty good Hades main. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I reckon he is.
And next to him, we have the green guy, the Savage Hitman, a friend of mine, and he's gonna try to win this game as well, just as anybody else. And he's going for, I think, hunting dogs as well. Yes, very good. And he's gonna be next to I Go Wander, who is, well, I think we don't need to say people are going for hunting dogs. It's kind of obvious, you know.
Yeah, right.
And we have 80s, or I mean Isis next to him. Asem is playing Isis. I think he is actually a Norse main, so that is interesting. I think we can basically start into strategy here a little bit. I think he went Isis on purpose, because Egypt tends to be doing really good in FFA games. That may be a tactical choice, because I think Asem most of the time plays Norse, if I remember correctly. What do you think, Badgie? Could that be like a decision of him to go ISIS on purpose here?
Yeah, I mean, especially on like FFA games, most likely you will get a lot of DCs. And on top of that, ISIS like gives you like +2 population from each DC you gain. And like I said, in FFA games, it's easy to get more TCs than like TG games. And the thing is, with Norse in this map, like even if you rag, because usually people play Norse for rag, or yeah, that's what they do usually. It's just not gonna matter the rag. Like if you're gonna kill one player, but then you're gonna have another one like knocking on your doors.
Exactly,
You know what
exactly. It is not that effective in FFA, and you mainly want. I actually gave Hitman some advice before the game, and he asked me like what to do in this situation, and I basically told him, you know, go your best god, which he did, and it is very important to boom, and there may be a small risk attached to that, but you know, you always have people rushing in like the FFAs, and they will get behind down the line, and usually the guy that is boomed will win the game. That is usually the case.
Yes.
So I told him it's very important to have your eco and your upgrades in ready to basically combat the others. We haven't introduced the last player yet, who is already building his temple. Blue, that is Miracle Man, a very skilled player. He's an Oranos main though, so I think also a different god choice, especially for the FFA here. So we have some tactical choices here.
Like those units, like I forgot the name, but they're like, yeah, they are Gastrophites, but they are very good in the late game FFA games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they
exactly.
can just take down buildings. So it's a tactical choice, as you said.
Yeah.
Hades is very good in late game.
Exactly. Usually in FFA, the late game gods do the best.
Yeah, Gastrophites are OP.
I mean, if you play something like Loki, you may have an advantage in the early game and do well for that. We have Bast and Ta coming up here from them. Athena from... Okay, for Hades that's actually standard. But you know, Loki may do like well in the early game and take out a player, but his eco is gonna be behind, and then he's gonna be trashed by the boomed guy. You know, that is kind of the problem you have in FFA. We see a wall from Hitman coming up. It's a decent wall, I think. We'll secure this gold mine like a little bit. If he walls this section off as well, he has a free gold mine there, so that is pretty good. What's going on here?
I think Miracle has like the best spot in the game. Like no way he gets doubled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, he is shielded off.
Red.
He is shielded off. Yeah.
Yeah, compare it to red or say orange.
Yeah, that is true. They are kind of squeezed in between. That's not that good. But we already have something good here. We see our friend I Go Wander. He is going 2 TCs, which is what I would have done as Gaia. Going for... I must say, it kind of looks a little bit like 3 TCs actually, because he doesn't have his tempo ready yet. I think this may be a 3 TC build order from him, because he should have already been advancing if he was 2 TC build order. You see the second TCs for many other players as well, so you can see that most players, you know, they're taking the advice to boom.
Yeah, there's an Ajax like on red bat TC is trying to do some damage.
An Ajax
and
on
that's
red
actually
TC.
very good because he forced like 4 citizens like
Oh,
idle, if you know what I mean. So
that is pretty good, yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
It's a pretty good distraction there, and it's gonna delay the TC as well. Like it is gonna come up, but it's gonna take a lot longer. So that was a good thing.
It took I think took right like 1 minute like delay, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
And as we can see like Cyclop like right in his base, so he's gonna do some
it's coming to
decent damage.
Yeah, he's not gonna like that. Does he have any military to help out with that yet?
No.
Of course, it is only 5. Yeah, he went archaic TC, so yeah, then you don't really have anything to defend. I guess he could have made a couple oracles, but what's going on so far on the map? We see the spiders here. That's a pretty good spider to help out with potentially securing this TC. And Hitman is not going for the second TC yet, so maybe he's gonna make some fast army and do something, you know, like a bit progressive here, you know?
Oh, it could be also fast heroic or something.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Maybe there is something, there may be some plan attached to, you know, not going the second TC immediately, like the others are doing. So, let's see. So this is an... Well, I'm actually not sure if I like this wall from Ace of Shades too much, because he could have just done it a bit differently, and then he would have had access to this gold mine. Now he kind of shields him away from it. Well, of course he can still take it.
He should have like put a wall like forward, so he can secure that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There does seem to be a bit of lag, isn't there? Once in a while. Seems not too bad. Okay, Hitman is taking a second TC, so that's good for him. And we can actually see in the army department, nobody is really doing too much. Everybody's really focusing just on the boot. Like, some people have some units, but nobody really has a lot. Well, actually, I Go Wonder has a decent army. And here you can see basically the early game, the powerful early game economy of Gaia. That you can both make units but still do an effective boom. So yeah, pretty good.
Also that Chiron on red main TC is doing some good damage with that spot.
Red's main TC, Chiron. Yep, pretty good. Yeah, and the problem is that the Chronos didn't really have... he didn't really have anything to deal with this. Let's have a look at the people farming. So, of course, the Ra is going to be farming. That makes sense. And he does have everything upgraded that he needs. Pretty good. And Denmark is playing this well. He doesn't have Plow, but he is at least taking advantage of the farms. Here as well. Does he have Plow? Ace of Shades. Yep, he's very prepared with the Plow. And it's Hitman is...
GSS Miracle. You got the farm and the Plow.
Yeah, exactly. And here is Hitman. He also is very well prepared. Now I Go Wonder. He could have had a bit more. Usually when I play Gaia, I make sure if there is a rain that I have at least irrigation.
At least irrigation, yeah, makes sense.
He had enough time to even get like the flood control, so that's a missed opportunity for him. But he's very well set up, so I think he will still be fine.
Oh yeah, you mean like 7 minutes 50 seconds? Yeah, he definitely had a shot to get even flood control.
Assam didn't have the Sacred Cats, which is a small missed opportunity for him.
Not really. I asked Chrono JJ about this. I said, does like Sacred Cats works with Plow. He said it's not gonna do you anything, like it's just gonna be the same. He said it only works with irrigation. Like if you have Sacred Cat with irrigation, it's gonna do something.
Okay,
Well,
interesting.
he basically said it goes something with like animation and stuff. Like it's really not worth it to get Sacred Cat with
Okay,
Plow.
interesting. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I don't play any
Roger
god
did tell
that
me
does
that.
have sacred cats, you know? I play only
Yeah.
Set and Gaia. But we
Well,
have...
it's a good information for the viewers.
yeah, exactly. That's good to know. So everybody here, you know, they know not to get sacred cats in combination
Also,
with Plow.
also that upgrade that comes with Bast, like for wood, of wet or something like that. That doesn't work with the uh, axe, pickaxe. Yeah, no,
Oh yeah, I
hand
see.
axe. It doesn't work with hand axe.
There is a bit of aggression here going for the Migdal setup. But the Migdal is still gonna come up. With a bit of disruption, but I think it's gonna come up nonetheless. Pretty
Well,
sure.
it's just a minor destruction.
Exactly. It's a bit
Exactly.
sad that Pharaoh is half dead, but he can be healed up by a priest, which I'm sure Ara still has, you know. What's going on here in the meantime with Igo Wonder, who has a pretty decent army already, and he seems pretty well set up to start doing something for himself with all the automatons in there. Pretty good.
Yeah. So basically, as you can see, like blue is focused with yellow, orange with red, and pink with teal. Like green is
Yeah.
just not being harassed or anything. So I bet he would just like boom hard.
Yeah, if he
Like
booms well here.
nobody's targeting him. Yeah.
Exactly. If he booms well here, there may be some opportunity, like a Titan or something, maybe helps. Or at least get all of his TCs. He only has 2 at the moment. Where is his 4th, actually? I'm not sure.
It's
Oh, he's
forward.
taking it. He's taking it at the moment, okay. Kinda blended in with the scenery here.
Yeah, and he's aging, so I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
So he's not that far behind, if you know what I mean.
No, he's fine. If you also look at the scores, like, of course, Atlantis usually has a higher score in the early stages, but it's comparable to a SEM score, actually. And also to Red score. It seems though, like on this in the meantime, and we haven't seen everything sadly. We can see that Ace of Shades is going to be in a really strong position with his 4 TCs here, and it's going to be quite unfortunate for Danemark, who is not going to have access to that TC anymore.
Yeah.
It's well, he can, but he's going to have to make, you know, a big game plan with maybe some faster Mythic into implode to make something happen here.
Right.
Okay, so what's going on here? It seems that that Call Me Chemo was able to secure his front TC, which with pretty good army, which is a harder job than you might think, because the tree line and the walls here kind of disrupted him from getting there. Like blue had equal access to this as he had, so pretty good job by yellow.
You mean yellow?
Yeah.
No, he actually didn't destroy the wall. He just used the rock and jumped. You know what I mean? And he took that TC.
Yeah, I understand, but it's still, you know, like the blue has equal access to this. He could have gotten this just as easily, so it's pretty good that he managed to get it.
That's right. Actually, blue got like very good TCs, like 2.
Yeah, he
2
was
of
very
them.
lucky that he has the back one.
2 of them.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. He has like 2 back ones. That's really good for him. So we have some shooting here. Here is something happening, right? No, that's just a wall. I'm trying to
There's
see
no
if there's...
action.
No, I don't
There's
think
no.
so, right?
No, there's no action yet. I think Igon Wonder will start doing something on the north side of the map.
Oh, we got a pretty decent Hephaestus time here. That's pretty good. So yeah, the upgrades are gonna be coming in here for our friend here. And we get Atlas from Igo Wonder here. Pretty fast Atlas as well. Although, pretty standard timing for the Mythic actually if you boom this hard as Gaia. But it's good, like this implode can really help him out. The only sad thing is that the Isis, who is preparing his monuments, that is smart, because otherwise, you know, it can be used. And how is Hitman doing in the meantime? Oh, he is setting up.
I think there's gonna be some action between blue and yellow.
Yeah, I
soon.
figured. I was just checking that. Where is his army
Okay.
actually? I remember seeing some army earlier. That can be everything that he is losing there. Oh, there, it was in
No.
the rock, of course. It's in the rock. Okay.
Oh, he got a Colossus he needs to deal with. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Pharaoh is pretty far dead. This is gonna be a bit tough. And, well, he does have at least some Dried Mudbreak and a Fortified TCs, but no Masons yet. If he can afford it, he should get Masons in that TC and he can just empower it with the Pharaoh. It will be researched super fast. Because it doesn't take that long to research.
he's getting spearments, which are very good.
Yeah, they will do well against that cavalry. And
Okay, there's
I
some
think we're gonna
actions,
have
on
to
the
switch to
boat.
this side as well.
Yeah.
In which SM is actually doing a pretty decent push here. With
Yeah, Axemen are very deadly against those medals.
although I must say Igo Wonder is really well set up with the other spiders and all the buildings, so
Look at those spiders,
yeah, exactly.
like 12.
This is gonna be a tough fight. I find it hard to determine who is actually gonna be the winner of this fight. I mean, the ancestors
I
will
would
be strong.
say, I think I would say I go on there because he's just well set up. Like two palaces, those spiders. I think he's gonna come ahead.
Yeah, but the spiders are a bit more back, so
Right. But technically, if you take a look at the armory upgrades, that kind of gives him like. Oh wait.
he has
They're
baseline.
actually the
They're
same.
equal. Yeah, they're equal.
Yeah.
And they both have heavy units. At least, oh, even champions on the Axemen. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, early champion Axeman. That's very big deal.
I think the tide is slight, especially with the ancestors gone now. The tides are slightly turning in Igo Wonders.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is a
especially
very
now.
huge,
Oh, that is a bit of a mistake from SM to not place one of his monuments there.
Right.
In the meantime, we have
That's
to
a
hit
very big
fastest.
inflow.
We have to hit fastest from orange. And this is a pretty big meteor as well. I think that may have just equalized things again.
Yeah.
Where the implode was actually a huge damage, but now let's check here in the meantime between our friend blue and yellow what's going on there with the upgrades. I think since he has Hephaestus, yeah, they're already coming in good for blue with double bronze and 1 copper, and just the copper shields on yellow, so he's gonna need to do something about that quickly.
I think orange is pretty much ahead against red.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not actually sure why he went Helios instead of Implode here. Because Implode may have actually been able to turn the tides, but now I will say he is pretty well set up. He is even getting Architects, which is good. But he's gonna be in a very tough position here, truth be told. And how is Hitman setting up? He's getting some behemoths, that's pretty good. And he has a pretty decent army there. Okay. Yeah, definitely seems that yellow is in a bit of trouble due to all the upgrades. Even
yeah,
iron
those,
coming in there.
Silver colossus are just too much.
Yeah, and also the armory upgrades. And this fight seems to be pretty equal so far, but I would slightly say in favor of Igo Wonder, to be honest. It's gonna be a question of where Igo Wonder will hit. Or I mean where Hitman will hit. If he goes on pink, that could be quite influential for the fight with SM, I think.
Oh, right.
But if he goes on orange, that may just barely save red. Although it kinda looks a bit too late for red. Good job on the palaces though, but this pestilence will be a huge deal, I think. Don't you think? The pestilence. Yeah, he got like all the barracks and palaces.
Oh, I would say red is in a very bad shape.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he's gonna recover from this. Unless like green intervenes right now
Yeah.
or something.
Like
But I think
green
it's
would
too
have
late.
to interfere right now. And even then, it's gonna be. Okay, we got a tornado. We should check that real quick. Okay, he chose to get rid of the towers and maybe as well the fortress here. Which was needed, I think, because he wasn't really in a position to take those out. And he is still struggling with the army here, although the Avenger is doing some good work there. And as we discussed, Igo Wanderer is actually gaining some ground. I think instead of Destroyers, he should get some Fire Siphons out though, just to get rid of SM's building a little quicker. Although since he doesn't have Masons, maybe he will be just fine. I think we can safely say though that Red is not going to be around for much longer. And it seems that Hitman is so far just investing in defenses rather than trying to join the fight with the others.
Yeah.
Which is a strategy. I mean, you know, you can just basically let the other people kill each other and then you come out on top, you know, if you're boomed well enough.
Yeah. Imagine if this was like an FFA unlock teams. Now Red can just escape to green or yellow or something. That would be
Exactly.
interesting. But yeah, this tournament we like explicitly picked lock team.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It will
so maybe unlock teams will be like soon or something, but I don't know how Red is gonna survive from this.
Yeah, and it doesn't look that bright for SM either. Who, by the way, actually had a very good position because there is no gate towards blue. He actually only had that entrance from pink. So if he killed pink, he would have a pretty safe setup there.
Yes,
with two
that's
bases.
what I said blue and teal have like
Yeah.
the best spot they can get.
Yeah, they're pretty excellent. With just that one-way entry.
Oh, look at this. I think now yellow is gonna get doubled and he's not gonna be that happy.
Yep, that doesn't look good for him. Because
Oh,
he was
yeah.
already in a pretty tough position against blue. Like, he wasn't losing yet, but it was definitely pretty tough here. And yeah, I think we can count red out at this point. There's no recovering from this, no matter what happens. Even if he were to get a Titan right now, that wouldn't change the course of the game for him. So, well played by red, but I guess better luck next time. He did do a good job with all the buildings though, and the towers and the palaces. He did what he could, but that TC being taken from him, that was like a huge deal. And you know, against the Hades, there is not that much room for error. So once he gets like the stuff, he will be a bit unstoppable.
Yeah.
And the Sam should really get Masons as soon as possible if he can afford it.
Oh, look at this, look at this. Yellow is not gonna get doubled, but he's gonna get tripled. Can you check like the south corner of the map? Now yellow is not gonna be happy.
Oh
He's
yeah.
gonna get tripled.
Yeah, this is what can happen. It's part of the part of the story in FFA. This can happen.
Yeah, that's why exactly I picked FFA games. Like,
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why I'm hosting this tournament, because it just like balance out. For example, if you have like an 1800 player against a 1500 player, let's just say you do know that he stands no chance to win that 1800 player, but if he gets like double or something, that can even out the situation. See
Yeah.
what I mean? That's why I prefer this type of games.
Yeah, I understand.
It just gives everybody a chance. You know what I mean? But yeah, teal is down, red is down, and I probably think yellow is gonna be on the next line.
Yeah. But I think that
But
sync error, we can restore this since nobody resigned.